Believe it or not, you guys, we are almost at Christmas time. And whether you celebrate this holiday or another one this season, it kind of tends to be the time for giving gifts. Don't know if you've noticed that in the past before. I personally celebrate Christmas and love the idea of all the festivities around the holiday leading up to the day. For me, it's all about celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. That's very important to me in my faith. And that's kind of what the day is supposed to symbolize. But there is this element of commercialism that has completely hijacked what should have been a very meek and humble and peaceful day, kind of reflecting on faith and life and the importance of community and family and friends. And obviously, American consumerism has creeped its way around, and now it becomes about presents and what you're going to get and what you're going to give. And do we have enough presents and how many are under the tree? And if you've ever seen Harry Potter, I think of Dudley being like, there's only 35 presents under the tree. Last year, there was 36. It's for his birthday, but it's the same idea. And that's unfortunately the posture I think a lot of people, adults included, have adopted when it comes to Christmas time. I, for one, want to reject that, but I also still am human. And if I showed up on Christmas morning and I had absolutely nothing to open, I'd be a little sore. It hurt a little bit, but in the end, it'd be okay. And so I kind of wanted to do this episode to talk not just about how to get through Christmas and not be a Grinch and have zero presents and give zero presents, blah, blah, blah. Not to do that, but to say, I think there's alternative ways to consider what this holiday is about and the whole gift giving idea. So I have some thoughts on that, as well as when it does come down to giving gifts, if that's something you want to do and you want to be generous and you have the capacity to be generous in that specific way, I've got some ideas on how to maybe think of sustainable options for Christmas gifts this year, gifts that people are actually going to want to receive, things that you could DIY, and then at the end, maybe some brands that are a little more sustainable. So if you're going to go the traditional route and get gifts that are, physical items, maybe there's a better brand that you could purchase from instead of just buying everything off Amazon or Walmart. So this one, I am going to go pretty fast. So make sure you have your notepad out. I have lots to share on this topic, and I want to give you the most options so that this Christmas season, you are not stressing about this whole topic and that you have a good place with resources to choose from. Okay. Are you guys ready? Happy Christmas. Let's do it. Okay, like I mentioned prior, I am a Jesus person, so I follow the Christian faith, even though it is very flawed and the community makes me pull my hair out sometimes. Mostly referring to politics and the way that we have unfortunately watched people manipulate a lot of the Christian faith for political gain, for power, whatever. You can listen to more of my thoughts on that in my politics episode. But I am a Christian. And so, like I mentioned, this holiday is really fixated around celebrating the birth of Christ. Obviously, he wasn't born on December 25th. The historians are assuming it was sometime in the spring. But because of, I learned this recently, it was because of the fiscal calendar, the West wanted to, maybe it wasn't the West. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, but it was this idea of making sure this holiday fell before the end of the year in the middle of the winter months. And that's kind of turned into something beneficial for businesses. Obviously, the calendar, you have all your expenses, all your income, all your business statements are done by the end of the year, December 31st. And so it's kind of a marketing ploy to push for the end of the year to make your books as best as they possibly can be. So that's one reason why we see a lot of things go on sale around this time with Black Friday shopping, Cyber Monday deals. I never know if those are actually deals or if that's just a brand saying, oh, we have to take off our overhead, profit, take it down. They're still, okay, tangent. Black Friday deals aren't deals. If they're from a service provider, for me, a photographer, if I am removing the cost I'm losing out on that, right? There's no overhead necessarily that I have to pay. There's normal expenses, but there's no real overhead going on. I'm not having inventory. I don't have a brick and mortar store. I'm not paying for a blank product, right? So when a company does do a Black Friday sale, they are still in a position to make a profit off of what they're selling, even with the steep discount that it feels like you're getting. So again, if I'm a small business owner offering a service like photography, I lose money when I say, hey, your photography is now 50% off. And that's a thing that if I offer that, I'm willing to do. When a big brand like Samsung selling TVs says our TVs are 50% off, they are not going to do a 50% off discount if they do not still profit off of that sale. So if you think about it, like let it play out. 50% off of their price, that markup is so steep that they're still probably going to profit at least 20%. So that you already know that you're overpaying for the blank product when it's not on sale by about 70%. Like we know that stuff, right? Like that's not extremely surprising information, but you know what I mean? Like it's okay, cool that it's on sale, but it's stupid because you're telling me out loud to the public, this is actually, I'm still profiting off of this and you've always been paying too much. Like, I don't know. I get the idea of a Black Friday sale. I'll, of course, if I see an item that I've been looking for go on sale, I'm not going to say no. But it just feels so icky to like be told directly from the company, we've been basically stealing from you for a long, long time. Like, do you want our little cheap gift now? And you're like, yeah. So anyway, Black Friday sales come around and people, buy a bunch of stuff. The companies need to make their money before the end of the year. And then we get Christmas time and the commercialization, unfortunately, I think when I look at it through my Christian lens, actually with what scripture says, discussing things like how the love of money is evil and how material things, the things of this world just are not as important as the kingdom of God and what is happening on an eternal perspective. I feel like the consumerization of Christmas is anti-Christian. Did I say that out loud? Now, not to slam people, but your average, person on the internet might disagree with that. And a lot of people who are Christians will post about all these different items you have to have for Christmas. And oh my gosh, like this and this. And I don't know. I'm not going to say that that's inherently bad or wrong because you can shop for Christmas. I love giving gifts. I love getting gifts. Like it's fun. But it just is not supposed to be what the day is focused on. Period. So it's just like one of those things that I think when we talk about, how I don't know, like something. Oh, I was watching a podcast that I really appreciated who put it like this. We talk about how as Christians, Halloween is so anti-Christian and so scary. And a lot of kids like me growing up, I wasn't allowed to go trick-or-treating. I wasn't allowed to celebrate. But we could go to the Harvest Festival at our local church. We could go to Trunk or Treat at our local church. But we couldn't go door to door in the same costume on the same night as our neighbors to get candy because of the idea that it was somehow a darker holiday, pagan holiday, and related to bad things. And so instead of redeeming that space, the Christians would just either not participate or do their own little version. And then when it comes to Christmas, we act like materialism is all good. We are all cool with it. I don't care about anything else. Like it's Christian holiday, so keep Christ in Christmas and keep on shopping. Like that's what it feels like. And I would say, maybe we should reverse things. Like the idea of participating in Halloween, of course, there's like, I understand and respect Christians who are going to say, no, I don't want to participate. That's totally fine. There are ways and levels to participate that's different. But the idea of dressing up, walking around your neighborhood, meeting people in your community, like seeing them, greeting them at the door, accepting candy, giving candy, it's generosity, it's community, it's bonding, like it's loving your neighbor. And the idea of Christmas, at least the way we celebrate here in the West, being, let me just get and get and get and shop and shop and shop. And, yes, I'm giving gifts, but everyone, if they were being brutally honest, knows that if you bought $1,000 worth of gifts for your loved ones and you got 0 gifts in return, you'd be pretty pissed. Like, you'd be pretty pissed. Everyone knows that, like, yeah, we're giving gifts and that generosity is good and beautiful. But deep, deep down, you also want to get something. Like, you do. Like, that's just what most people would say if they were being honest. So I think it's just like, I don't know, a little twisted how we're okay to defend the consumerism of Christmas in the name of it's a Christian holiday. But on other holidays, we're really quick to judge our neighbors and say, I can't believe they're dressing up and going around to get candy. Pagan. Like, anyway, someone else said that Christmas actually has more pagan roots than Christian roots. It's a whole thing. But either way, I do like Christmas. I'm actually born on Christmas Eve. So it's kind of like my birthday and Christmas and the end of the year all in one. So it's kind of fun. I mean, I don't love having a Christmas Eve birthday. I'm not going to lie. Like, I would like to see my friends and like have a day that's not right next to Jesus's birthday. Like, pretty hard to know, one up that. But I do like Christmas. It's a lot of fun. I like the cozy vibe. I like the idea of like having a fireplace going, winding down on Christmas Eve, little cup of hot chocolate, watching the movies, like all that good stuff. And then of course, gifts. Like I like to give them. I like to receive them. I'll be honest with you. I'm not that great at giving gifts. So for people who are kind of like me going, okay, I'm with you. I don't love the overconsumption of Christmas. And maybe I'm not the best gift giver. These are hopefully going to help you out a lot. Something else I wanted to say is that as a rule of thumb for me personally, I tend to favor obviously sustainable brands and local shops. So if you are, like buying gifts just on Amazon or, the cheapest place you can find, if that works, that works. But I would encourage you, if you want to think a little more sustainably and especially more locally, stimulating the local economy is an amazing way to participate in the flourishing of your community, thus being loving on your neighbor, thus making your own area a little slice of heaven. What could be more Christian than that? You tell me. Okay. So if you are just kind of like, okay, I don't know, if I can do the whole DIY thing, but you need a little refresh on kind of participating in a different way, try to go to some local vendor markets, try to go to a holiday market, try to walk around downtown. There's a small business Saturday usually coming up right after Thanksgiving. So go to one of those events and meet local people. Even if you don't buy anything, your presence means the world to those business owners. I have been a business owner standing at an art fair with my products out for everyone to see. And just the people that come up, even if they don't purchase anything, I feel so warm and fuzzy when they interact with me, when they ask a question, when they buy something or buy a gift card or just follow me on Instagram. That is all support to a small business owner, and it makes you feel very, very good. So please look for those, participate in those. I just think it's, even if you don't buy anything, you just want to go hang out. Like, it's just so fun. And that's some of the stuff that feels good around the holiday time. But as for the gifts, I promised you a list, and boy, oh boy, do I have a list. So if you are kind of like, I really don't want to participate in the overconsumption, but I also want to get someone something, but I also prefer giving someone practical gifts, not lame practical gifts. Like someone once asked if they could get me a dustpan and a broom for Christmas, and I already had one that worked just fine. And so I was like, what? Like, that's impractical because it's not like I don't have a need for it. I already have something like that. But if I didn't have a broom and dustpan, or if mine was falling apart, maybe that would be fine. But like, that's kind of a lame gift. These gifts are not lame, at least in my opinion. So the underconsumption gifts list. Number 1 would be a Nuuly or a Rent the Runway subscription. This is a fashion thing. So if you have a fashionista in your life, or if you have a teenage daughter, this could be a really good opportunity to participate in fashion without the overconsumption part of fashion, right? So it's a rental subscription. You get a box every month. You can fill it with designer items. They ship to you. You wear them for whatever event. A lot of people who go to events a lot, or weddings, or have a big special occasion coming up, this would be a great opportunity for that. And then when you're done, you can either purchase the item at a super discounted rate or just ship it all back and get another box next month. I haven't done this yet, but I know a lot of my friends do, especially those in the influencer world or with a lot of marketing and PR events to go to. It can look like you're super high end if you got the nice bag and you're schmoozing people and talking, whatever. Or if you have like a modeling thing or you're doing a photo shoot, like this could be great because the rates are usually $60 to $80 a month. And if you bought that item at full price, like a Louis Vuitton bag or something, no, you're going to pay like $2,000 for that thing. So it's a really good in between for people who don't want to give like something super consumery, but want to participate in fashion. You get the idea. The next thing might sound lame, but I think if you're a parent, especially a parent of tweens or teenagers, this could be a really good gift for them, like a stocking stuffer. It's called the Brick. I have one. It's sitting on my refrigerator right now. It is a social media blocking tool. It's like a phone blocking device. If you're, struggling with a social media addiction like me, or if your kids are like constantly on their phone, this tool is really helpful because you can set the apps you want to block and then just walk up to it, tap it, and it'll block your phone for however many, hours. And then the only way to access those apps again is to go back to the physical brick, tap your phone, and then it unlocks. I think it's really practical, but great if you're thinking about underconsumption. What could be better than giving them back the gift of time? Okay, so a custom paint by number is another good option. Now, the reason I like this idea is because if you upload your own photo to this website, that I think it's literally called custompaintbynumber.com. But if you upload your own photo, it turns it into a paint by number, and then you give that as a gift. And not only do they have something to open, but something to experience down the line. I think a lot of the times the experiences, which I'm going to talk about in a second, are amazing. But on Christmas morning, if you just want to open up like a little envelope, it's not that exciting. So if you want them to open up a physical thing, this would be a cool opportunity. I have a custom paint by number I just bought, and I like ending the day with my little paint by number and a glass of wine. It's like really nice. And then at the end, you're going to have like a piece of art. So that's super fun. Okay. One more thing about the paint by number. I think it also works for any age, which is cool. Like little kids could have fun with that as well as adults. All right. That's my last thing there. More underconsumption themed gifts. Cute kitchen tools. Not talking about in a misogynistic way, but in a very cutesy way. If you wanted to give someone something that says, hey, you should hang out in the kitchen more, this would be a good option. Last year, I really wanted a set of Our Place pots and pans. If you've seen them, they're like non-toxic, super sustainably made, really good nonstick pans. And Ian surprised me with those. And he literally had to tell me, he's like, this isn't me telling you to be in the kitchen, but you said you wanted these. And I was like, I do. So that's a great option. But another one would be like a KitchenAid mixer, like a stand mixer in a cute color. Adorable. And now they can make cookies way easier. A Breville espresso machine for people who love coffee. We do not have a Breville. We have like a Target brand one. And it's been a really good gift. We got it as a wedding present, but I would say maybe in a few years we'll have to upgrade because it is kind of having some issues. I've heard a lot of good things about Breville. It's expensive, but again, if it's someone you love, like your spouse or your parent, and you're financially in that place, get a Breville espresso machine. Guess what? They're going to wake up every freaking day and remember that gift and use that gift. Very, very helpful. A Coleman camping stove for campers or nomads or people who like to go outside. Love that. We have one of those. Every time we go camping, we use it. Super useful. Okay. Another thing, thinking of cooking and kitchen stuff, would be a Resemi subscription. This is very inexpensive. It's $5 a month. I have not even tried it yet because I'm waiting for Christmas. But if you are like me and the recipe culture online has gotten a little out of hand, odds are you have recipes everywhere. Like I have recipes pinned on Pinterest. I have them saved on TikTok. I have them saved on Instagram. I have them screenshotted in my phone. They're everywhere. And then I'll go and like click on the link, open it on my phone, and it glitches out with all the little ads and their like weird stories and stuff. It's just been a lot. So this app is called Resemi. And it basically is supposed to take all the links and all the recipes floating around and like streamline it into one app and put everything in a shopping list for you. So you can just sit there and like see everything clearly and make your own like digital cookbook. I think that's super helpful for me because I'm in my like trying to be in a cooking era. I'm trying to get things going and learn more. And again, like between all the links and saved things on 3 or 4 different apps, it's just getting a little out of hand. And I also don't want to sit there and like print out every blogger's recipe. It's just like too much. So I'm looking forward to maybe potentially getting that. Hint, hint, Ian. But I think that'd be a good gift for someone too who really likes cooking. Another one would be a Half-Baked Harvest or a Magnolia cookbook. Honestly, cookbook culture is like a whole thing. And there's plenty of cool chefs out there who have made cookbooks. I think it'd be fun to do a collection series. Like maybe that could become a tradition where every year you buy your loved one a cookbook, or you guys buy that as a like dual gift together to explore. I think it could be a lot of fun. Okay, I got to speed this up. I got to go soon. Concert tickets, anything you can really look forward to, a getaway, going downtown, like buying a trip to Disney World for the family, or even just a, I don't know, like a little hotel stay at a local Airbnb or a place downtown with a nice pool, like anything like that you can look forward to after Christmas. I personally prefer gifts like that because it gives me something to look forward to in the middle of the winter when everything's drab and dreary and disgusting and I want to get out of my house. I can go, oh my gosh, that's right. We have a gift card for Airbnb. We're going to go on a cabin getaway. We're going to go downtown. Love. All right. Something else that I've looked into, I haven't tried this yet, but I'm curious. It's called the Adventure Challenge. It's like for dating couples, married couples, but there's a book and now there's also a set of cards. So they're pretty inexpensive. I think the book's a little more expensive. But it has all these prompts and things you can do for a dating, like season. So there's like different options. You can pick one. It'll show you like how much you're going to spend, how much to budget, any tools, materials you need. And then you can kind of like uncover it together with your partner. And then they also just came out with dating cards. So it's like a $19 pack of cards. And I guess it just explores one date night, but I'm wondering what it is and like if you can break it up a little bit. But yeah, I thought that'd be a cute one for couples as well who want something a little different. And then of course, for like combating overconsumption, you can just do straight up practical needs. Again, avoiding the lameness, I think you just have to ask them, what do you need? What do you want? And like be completely honest. Are there a couple items in your Amazon wish list that you just want? And it doesn't matter if they're lame or cool. Like if you need a new Swiffer, you need a new Swiffer. If you want, I think I wrote down, like if you need a set of dishes or a new pair of boots or a curling iron, like non-glamorous stuff that you just actually need and will use in your real life. If they're asking and you're like, yeah, I'm actually cool if you buy me this exact, curling iron and this cool hairbrush and this set of makeup, I'm fine with it. They're going to love it because it's practical. It doesn't feel as sexy as like getting a surprise gift. But come on, like at some point, the surprise gifts end up being the same exact thing every single time. Like, especially for women, it's like, oh my gosh, another candle. Like, I think it's completely okay to ask them directly what they want. And maybe you throw in something extra. Like maybe if they asked for a pair of boots in black, then you surprise them with 2 and one's a different one. I don't know. Maybe that's not combating underconsumption. Who knows? Okay. Now we're going to speed lightning round through the DIY gifts. Last year, I went DIY crazy for Christmas and I made everyone's gifts. I thought it would help our budget a bit. It kind of did because we ended up spending like $150 on the supplies to make DIY gifts rather than obviously gifts add up very quickly. And I feel like everyone's standard is different. For the longest time, I was like, yeah, $10 a person. Now that's like, that was like when I was in college, but like now that's like definitely unheard of, especially if you want to do something at least a little nice. Now it kind of becomes at least $30 a person for something that's okay. Maybe they don't even want it though. So it's like, I'd rather invest a little more. Now it becomes $50, $70. And then you start thinking of like how many people you have to buy gifts for. Like our immediate family circles, like between Ian's family, there's 9 of us. And between mine, I think there's also 9 of us. So you're thinking like 18 people. And then if you say, okay, $100 a person, $1,800? No, that's a lot of money. And then you also get weird because then you like kind of can tier things and go, well, I'm obviously going to spend more on my own spouse than I am like my second cousin. It gets weird. And then there's couples and then you try to get them like a couple gift and then it becomes really lame and they're like, thanks. And you're like, dang it, like I messed that up. So anyway, DIY gifts may or may not be the route you want to take, but last year we tried. It wasn't so bad. I actually still owe my nieces and nephews a couple things because I like ran out of time to embroider their stuff. So I got to do that this year. But if you want to try the DIY route, here are some ideas and prices. Homemade candles. I think total cost would be about $30 to $50 for supplies, but you could make anywhere from 10 to 2 dozen candles, probably from that, depending on the size. You can buy essential oils for them. I would suggest going to Hobby Lobby or checking on Etsy for like real oils that are not going to like destroy the atmosphere of your home. Great gift. Also, if you get cute little silicone molds, like I got a cool little mold, it's super fun. You can make new shapes and it feels like a store-bought item that you made at home. DIY bath salts, bath bombs, milk bombs. You get the idea. Anything bath related. Total cost would be about $20 to $40 to make supplies to make anywhere from 10 to over 12 of these items. Again, depending on size. Get a cute little glass jar, put a little pressed flower in there or a little sprig of rosemary, DIY bath salts, cute gift. It says, let's go relax. Let's have a fun time. I like it. Kids blankets. This would be if you really are feeling ambitious. Hi, buddy. Sokka's feeling ambitious. And you want to learn how to knit. I tried to do that last year. It didn't go poorly, but my cat like destroyed it. And so I didn't like make much progress. And then I was like, I'll just start over. And then I never started over. But if you want to, you could knit a blanket, like a kid-sized blanket too would be really cool. But you can obviously make bigger ones. I would say budget $20 to $30 for yarn and materials. Maybe $10 if you're doing something really small, but it adds up kind of quickly. Okay, this idea comes from my friend Julie at Really Pretty Good. She's amazing, and this is one of the coolest DIYs. I think I'm going to do this year for the kids in our lives. Kids crayons that are like spelling out their name. What I mean is she had this idea of taking like an alphabet mold, like a silicone mold, melting down crayons, like different colors, pushing all the different colors together, melting them all together. Then you pop out the newly shaped crayon that's like an alphabet letters, and then you can spell out the kid's name and put it in a cute little gift box and then give it to them. So my nephew's name is Ollie. So if I did his name in letters with the crayons, I'd put it all together. And so he opens a box and it says his name, but they're crayons. Isn't that so cute? I think that's adorable. I think the total cost for supplies is around $20 to $30 that could make lots and lots of sets. You would just get like a normal set of crayons and just melt them down. I think it's so cool. All right, friendship bracelet kit. Super cute for the Swifties or the girls in your life. $10 for supplies on Amazon makes numerous bracelets. Okay, this one's kind of cool too. I love, again, experiences attached to gifts. So you could make them a ceramic piece. Like if you go and take a clay class or something and you're going to be making pieces and then give them to your person. Or you could sign up to do a ceramics class or a pottery class together. That way it, again, becomes something that lives past the day. Okay, cocktail or mocktail in a jar, like putting dried cranberries, dried oranges, cinnamon sticks, rosemary, sugar cubes. You've seen those. It's really cute. Then they can just add their own liquor and sparkling soda or whatever and make their own little thing at home. Obviously, you can always do like a handmade ornament or a wreath. My aunt took really cool like pine, what are they? Why am I blinking? Pine cones? Why does that sound wrong? She took some pine cones and like caramelized is the wrong word, like Mod Podged it up and tied it beautifully around this wreath that's now on our front door. It's like super beautiful. It's like a little home decor. I love it. Okay, so this level now those are the DIY gifts. These are now DIY gifts / assembly or easy to put together gifts. So not like you have to be Betty Crocker making everything from scratch, but these are like pretty simple but kind of DIY feeling. So the first would be a movie basket with all their favorite snacks, adding a movie theater gift card, or maybe even paying for a streaming service for a year like HBO or Netflix. Add a blanket, add a ticket to a local film festival, anything along those lines. A movie fanatic would love that. and it's cute for like date night. A food basket. Personally, like I think of it like a housewarming gift. If someone just walked up to me with like a really nice bottle of wine, a fresh loaf of locally made artisan bread, some yummy pasta, a jar of like organic pasta sauce, ciao bella. Like that sounds good. And it can feel a little lame. So like, make sure the person you're giving it to would be cool with it. But I think it's mostly cute. Okay, a coupon that doesn't suck. So if like when you were a kid and you used to make those coupon books that were like, I'll give you one hug. Okay, not that, but like actual cool experiences that you're listing out that kind of feels like your own date day challenge that they can just pull one out and say, I want to cash this one in. So like a trip to Topgolf or one night of DoorDash or a day trip coupon or, I wrote the letters thing. I was like, what does that mean? Ian did this when we were dating. This is so cute. It wasn't quite a coupon book, but it was like just little treats. He's so romantic. Okay. He made me a huge collection of envelopes and gave them to me. And it was like, open when you feel sad. And I would open it and it would have like a letter in there and a $5 gift card to Starbucks. Open when you need to feel beautiful. And it would be like, he had like a mirror in there. Like, and he's like, just a reminder that you're so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Like, so cute. It was amazing. I actually don't think I've opened them all because we ended up getting married before I finished opening them. But that idea could be so cute. Like a little series of open whens for someone. Open when you want a night out. Open when you want to do a foot rub. Open when it's PJ party. Open when you want breakfast for dinner. I love that idea. So do it. Okay. I think books are not that lame of a gift. I think it depends on the person, but I think they can be a really cool gift. And maybe even like depending on the person's taste, a graphic novel or like a really nice set of hardcover books of their favorite series like Harry Potter or The Hunger Games or something like that. I think books are really cool. Like an old Jane Austen novel, looking all cute. Love that. But you could easily like give them 2 to 3 books, meaningful ones or subjects they've been wanting to listen to and talk about. I've done that before and I think people usually really like it. Another thing for book lovers would be obviously cute bookmarks, handmade bookmarks, or I've seen this really cool thing around that's a book stamp. So it like embosses the page and it would say like, owned by the Library of India, like property of India Jade McHugh from the library, like whatever. You can make it say whatever, and then they can use that and kind of punch the first page of their books to create like a really uniform collection. I thought that was kind of classy. Okay. I'm running out of steam and time. I have 2 minutes before I have to leave for my meeting. I'm going to speed through this. These are good gifts that come from somewhat sustainable places. Again, as a rule of thumb, check in with your local people. If you know there's a local jeweler around, local girl that makes handbags, local photographer, local artist or baker or whatever, check there first for the home goods and the little yummies. Here's a list of things you could probably order online from me to you. Custom jewelry from Able. I wear this necklace every single day. It doesn't tarnish. It's the letter M. They have the whole alphabet. You can also spell out words, letters. Super cute, very practical. I think it's less than $40. Also, who doesn't love a little diamond necklace, set of diamond earrings, something like that? Super cute, very classy. A fossil watch, engraved even, perhaps. I gave one to Ian on our wedding. He loves it. Adorable. I also like Etsy for looking for unique things like pearl water earrings, rings that don't tarnish, custom jewelry we love, and a local shop that I really like that you can order online is Red Draft Designs. Love their earrings. I'm wearing them right now. Food. Okay, the gift of a food subscription. Every Plate, is it Green Chef, Blue Apron, I don't know, Good Ranchers. All those would be amazing. Can you imagine, like you wake up Christmas morning and there's nothing to open, but you know that you have a Every Plate subscription, Every Plate, and you don't have to cook for all of January or February or March or April. Like, amazing. What a gift for a busy mom, for a college student, for someone who lives alone, for someone who lives together. Great gift. Good Ranchers as well. Very good, high quality meats. We did a subscription with them once. Really, really good meat. Okay. Blundstones, Birkenstocks, and Louis Vuittons all together now. Any high quality shoe that someone wants, obviously, I think is a great gift. Really high quality stuff you know is going to last for a long, long time. Yeah, that's a good one. Awala's, Stanley, Simple Modern, all those. Basically, the gift of a nice water bottle. I actually just purchased my very first Awala recently. She's cute. I think I mentioned this already. But great quality. It absolutely doesn't leak, doesn't spill. My Stanley does spill, but it's the sippy one. It's not, it's not the travel one. So you can just, evaluate their needs, maybe get them cute color scheme. Great gift. Okay. Anything from Sway Sew Shop. They are based in Los Angeles, and I would love to get an item from them. They upcycle old garments and turn them into new things. They're one of the most sustainable and most inventive shops I've ever seen. Fashion related, I love it. So getting someone like a cool bag from there, or, a set of pajamas or one of their t-shirts, like so fun. PF Candle Co. candles. I know I made fun of women getting candles all the time. There's a lot of good candle brands out there. Choose your favorite, but especially if you're a little more crunchy and non-toxic candle like them, soy, beeswax, all those good things would be a good option. Their favorite makeup brand, like push all that into their stocking, I have Crunchy makeup right now. It's literally the brand name is Crunchy, which I think is funny. I think I have some kind of code if you want $10 off or 10%. Not sure. Let me know. They're great. I think they're like skincare and makeup in one. I like how it looks on my skin, and they're one of the few brands that I trust to be really, really clean, as well as actually being high quality and worth the hype. Primally Pure is another great brand if you want to do like skincare, like giving someone a couple of their masks or their tallow soap or like a couple serums that they've been wanting. Like, I think the girlies really just want quality products that don't suck. And sometimes you have to spend a little more on it, but they are going to use those products for a long, long time. Trades of Hope purses, jewelry, anything from them. They're fair trade. We love that. Beauty by Earth tanning drops. If someone wants to help combat the seasonal depression, you can mix it with any lotion you have. They're pretty inexpensive. I love them. I use them. Olive and June nail set or press-on nails. Love that. I would also like to, for myself for Christmas, I want like a gel manicure set, but I don't know what brands are good. Saka, get out of that plant. I don't know what he's doing. W&P sunglasses or Warby Parker eyewear. Warby Parker is really classy to me. W&P is a little less expensive. Like we're talking $30 to $50 for sunglasses, and they're really nice. I have a few pairs. I love them. Great gift. And lastly, a quality leather jacket. You cannot go wrong with a nice leather jacket, especially if someone is trying to look a little more dapper. Guys, girls, everyone would love a great leather jacket. Oh, I have one more, another one on my personal wish list for this Christmas. I really want like a real perfume. Like I have little tiny samples. I always ask for the little samples. And I have body spray, but they don't last as long as a real like smelly perfume, like a good smelly perfume. I would like one. And I think that would be a good gift too. Like if someone wanted to make their own scent, I think there's custom like sites where you can do that now, or like a nice bottle of Marc Jacobs something, or Chanel No. 5. I don't know what smelling like, but I think that's like a really classy gift as well. Okay, we made it, guys. There's a lot of info there. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you find something from this list if you're in the gift-giving mood, or if that is something in your tradition that you do. Enjoy, have fun, have at it. I'm not the Grinch, but I do think it should be totally okay to loosen this expectation of everyone has to have a gift for everyone all the time. You have to spend all your money. And if you don't have anything under your tree, you're lame. That's not the case. Giving should be coming from a place of generosity in response to the way that Christ has given and loved us. And Christmas should circulate around spending time together, loving each other, and celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. Okay, I have to go for a meeting. Love you guys. Happy shopping. Happy Christmas. Bye.